Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Gary, do you think you will ever manage to be ready when the program begins?
Huh? Oh, sorry, friends. I'm surfing the net with my personal computer. I'm scanning a photo of mine into the net, and very soon my virtual image will be all over the world. Done. Tomorrow, millions of cybernauts in all parts of the world will have seen my photo.
Gary, you've been playing with that computer the whole afternoon. If you don't stop it, you're going to go mad.
Sarah, listen. One day, I will be the general manager of a big company, and you will still be looking for a job. And why? Because you don't know how to adapt to the future.
I never think about the future. It always happens too soon. I prefer to live the present, and at this present moment, we have a program to present. Okay?
When that day comes, you'll remember my words.
In today's documentary, we're going to travel into the future. We're going to visit Epcot Center, the city of the future created by Walt Disney in Orlando.
Pay attention when you watch our documentary and listen to how Americans say or spell certain words. For example, how they say new and the spelling of a word like center. ER in American English, RE in British English.
The verb showcase means mostrar o hacer de escaparate.
And finally, rides and attractions son dos palabras que sirven para designar las atracciones de Epcot.
And now the questions you will have to answer after watching the documentary. The first question, what can you see at the attraction called Innoventions? The next question, who are the Walt Disney Imagineers?
And finally, what research is being done at Epcot?
Ready? Fasten your seatbelts because in 5 seconds we are traveling into the future with our Out and About. Some years ago, a man dreamed of a city of the future. That dream came true in Orlando, Florida. The man was Walt Disney, and the city, Epcot. Walt Disney himself, returning from the past, tells us what Epcot stands for.
We call it Epcot, spelled E-P-C-O-T. Experimental, Prototype, Community of Tomorrow. Here it is in larger scale. Epcot will take its cue from the new ideas and new technologies that are now emerging from the creative centers of American industry. It will be a community of tomorrow that will never be completed, but will always be introducing and testing and demonstrating new materials and new systems.
Epcot is more than an amusement park. It's a place in continuous evolution, where every attraction is a new experience, with surprises in store for its visitors. An open window to the future that allows us to imagine what life will be like in the 21st century. We asked Miss Brandon, a public relations officer at Epcot, to tell us about the philosophy of this city of tomorrow.
When Walt created the park, it was to showcase technology and world cultures and bring it to the people of the United States.
So what will visitors find here?
Visitors will find lots of entertainment, lots of discovery, and it's all done in a fun and entertaining way.
What aspects of the human knowledge and experience does Epcot cover?
We like to think it covers every aspect in some fashion. There's culture, there's food, there's music, and there are technologies from the near future.
In the different shows, visitors can see different aspects of how human knowledge has developed. Innoventions, for example, is devoted to showing the most advanced technology.
Domestic robots, computers, virtual reality, and other high-technology wonders that very few people have a chance to experience in their daily lives.
Other rides help visitors get an idea of what the daily life of an ordinary family will be like in the future, here on land, under the sea, or in the space. But as Walt Disney engineers have found out, it's not easy to show a future that is constantly becoming the present.
As Walt Disney himself explained, Epcot is a community in permanent evolution that will never be totally complete. Their creative engineers continue designing new attractions adapted to the latest advances in science and technology. That's why we asked Miss Brandon in what ways Epcot has changed over the years.
It's changed tremendously, and it continues to change. The park has got to have an ever-changing presence in order to live up to its name.
How are the attractions designed?
All of our attractions are created by a group in California called Imagineering. The Walt Disney Imagineers are the engineers who create the rides.
How often do you introduce innovations?
In this park, we introduce it on a daily basis. We have an attraction called Innoventions that showcases near-future technology. So every day you'll see something that's new.
What criteria do you follow to introduce those innovations?
They need to be exciting. They need to be something that our guests will relate to and understand.
But not everything is fun and entertainment at Epcot. There's also a place for study and research. In the attraction devoted to tomorrow's agriculture, research is being done on new forms of food production and on the possibility of setting up farms on the moon or on other planets.
A look at the future from the present. A fantastic journey where things that we find astonishing today will be common things tomorrow.
Dictate. Greetings from Walt Disney World Epcot Center to all capital letter, that's English friends. Exclamation mark, stop dictation.
I've enjoyed that documentary.
Me too.
The key question is, will life in the future be the same as that in Epcot?
Sarah, only time can answer that question. But I hope our friends have got the answers to the questions we asked them before the documentary.
The first question, what can you see at the attraction called Innoventions? Let's see. Innoventions, for example, is devoted to showing the most advanced technology. So you can see the most advanced technology or high technology.
The second question was, who are the Walt Disney Imagineers? Ms. Brandon gave us the answer.
The Walt Disney Imagineers are the engineers who create the rides.
And finally, what research is being done at Epcot? Research is being done on new forms of food production and on the possibility of setting up farms on the moon or on other planets. As you've heard, they're doing research on new forms of food production and the possibility of setting up farms on other planets.
And now it's time for another of our entertaining sketches.
This time, we are the ones who are imagining life at the end of the 21st century, a lifestyle very different to ours. Don't you think, Gary?
It might not be that different, Sarah. No. Well, but that's up to our viewers to judge. We have been in this traffic jam for over 6 light hours. We won't have reached Saturn by dinner time.
We'll be arriving in Saturn in exactly 13 light hours, 24 minutes. I told you we should have taken the Jupiter orbit.
Shut up, or when we get to Saturn, I will take you to a scrap metal yard.
Calm down, darling. You know how busy the Milky Way gets at weekends. Just think that by this time tomorrow, you'll be enjoying the peace and quiet of Saturn.
And by this time, the day after tomorrow, we'll be in a traffic jam again, on our way back to Earth. You damned idiot! Look where you're going!
Excuse me, but the other spaceship had right of way.
Oh, shut up, you damned machine!
Gary, mind your language. You should do what I'm doing. Read a book.
A book? What is a book?
It's something from the last century in which our ancestors wrote stories.
Really? I thought computers did that. And what is it about?
The title is Life in the 21st Century. Listen. By the end of the 21st century, the population of the Earth will be 10 times higher.
And they will all spend weekends on Saturn.
Life will be very comfortable because computers will be nearly perfect.
Ha! Our ancestors didn't know HAL 18,000.
I'm a computer of the 20th generation, with all advances in virtual reality and digital information and...
Shut up, you're just a talking coffee pot.
Stupid human.
As soon as we get home, I will exchange you for a microwave oven.
Will you leave poor HAL 18,000 alone? Will you never stop fighting? Look what it says here. There will be no diseases and people will live up to 100 years.
That's a lie. Your mother is 102 and she is still alive.
Why are you always so rude?
You are wrong as usual. Your beloved mother-in-law will be 75 next week.
Does that mean I'll have to put up with her for another 25 years? I think I'll kill myself before then.
Can I ask you when that happy event will take place?
As soon as I've abandoned you in space.
Things have changed so much in this century, haven't they, darling?
Yes, you are right. As soon as they have finished the construction works on the Milky Way, life will be nearly perfect. You idiot! Didn't you see the lights? Did you see that? Things have to change so that everything remains the same.
Gary, this is no time for philosophy. It's time to have a look at what we've learned in this unit. Summing up. Hemos aprendido a utilizar el futuro continuo para referirnos a una acción que estará sucediendo en un momento dado del futuro. También a utilizar el presente simple para referirnos al futuro en oraciones temporales.
Goodbye and see you soon. And don't forget to watch the next program of That's English.